Perfect day for football. The temperature will be in the mid-60s. There is a slight breeze out of the southwest and abundant sunshine the entire afternoon. 53-year-old Norv Turner, head coach of Oakland. He was the defensive backs coach at USC, and one of his players was Jeff Fisher, the coach of the Tennessee Titans. Fish in his 11th full season with this organization. Last week, the Titans lost in Arizona. Billy Volek started for the injured Steve McNair. The Raiders beat Buffalo 38-17. Jordan had 3 rushing touchdowns. It's the Titans and the Raiders, and here we go with the rookie inside the 5, Chris Carr. And he slithers his way upfield, and he is eventually brought down by Tony Beckham. 31-yard return to the 35. Oakland has the number 10 offense, and Kerry Collins coming off a Buffalo game where he compiled a season-high quarterback rating. Left guard Brad Badger replaces the injured Langston Walker. And running back Lamont Jordan is going for his 3rd 100-yard game this month.
The matchup to watch is Brad Badger at left guard against Hainsworth, 92.
It is a 1st and 10. This is Lamont Jordan, and he was hit by Bullock and brought down by Pac-Man Jones on a gain of 4. He's to the 38, and Jones is down. Now the defense of Tennessee, number 13, Kyle Vanden Bosch, number 2 in NFL sacks. Linebacker Peter Sermon is back after missing last week with an injury. And 2 rookie starters on the corners. Pac-Man Jones making his 5th NFL start. Ronaldo Hill making his 1st. 2nd down and 6. Beckham comes in place of Pac-Man Jones. A block by Fauci and a tackle on the far side by Castle. On a gain of 2 by Lamont Jordan. He is to about the 40-yard line.
Absolutely critical for Castle in this defense to really hone in on Lamont Jordan. You've got a replacement at left guard, yet Langston Walker missing this game and out. He had the abdominal surgery. Had some internal bleeding and starting as Badger. And granted, he has started in the past, but with Adam True at center, Badger at left guard, going against a guy that can be as disruptive as Albert Hainsworth can be at defensive tackle, you could have some issues where things will spill outside, and that'll be the linebackers.
Waddell is the 5th defensive back. Gabriel is the 3rd receiver. It is 3rd down and 4. And that is caught by Moss, who is grabbed by the rookie Hill. The 1st down is acquired at the 46-yard line.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 92. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. 1st down.
Hainsworth picks up the penalty. The gain was 6 on 3rd and 4, the Raiders in Tennessee territory.
If you're going to commit and you're going to blitz, that means Randy Moss is going to have single coverage there with Hill for a good while, and that's very, very dangerous. Here's Hainsworth coming in at the end, just giving a little quick shot to Kerry Collins. That's an easy call. I mean, that's one where your coach or a player or a teammate's got to get in Albert's ear and say, hey, you just flat can't do that. That gives us some serious trouble field position-wise.
Moss is out. Randall Williams is in motion. 4-3 defense by Tennessee as they bring back in Pac-Man Jones. This is Lamont Jordan dancing his way all the way to the 26. He's brought down by Lamont Thompson. It's a gain of 13. Another Raider 1st down.
Well, what happens here on this play, there almost seems to be an alley that is gouged into this defense. Watch Lamont Jordan start right, and as everyone reacts to the run, they are sealed off. Nice job onside by Gallery and company on the right side of the offense, along with Stone at right guard. And that really gives Lamont Jordan some serious space into the defensive backfield.
Jared Klaus has taken the place of Hainsworth. 1st and 10 Raiders. 1st drive of the game, 26-yard line. And Jordan is wrapped up on the play by Tank Williams, the former Stanford Cardinal. It's a gain of 1 near the 25. 2nd coming up.
You know, the one a chance it could end up in giving up 6 points.
5 defensive backs. Waddell is in. 2nd and 9. 2 tight ends for the quarterback, Kerry Collins, and he's got Porter on the sideline, and he is in for a Raider touchdown. A 26-yard strike. Collins throws his 8th touchdown pass of the year. and they beat Pac-Man Jones on the corner.
It's a very nice job. Defensively, you're up. You're looking like you're in a pass defense. But Porter just does something very simple. He spins and runs to the outside. Adam Jones gets up there. He's too aggressive, and Porter is able to take advantage. Remember, the goal line is that plane basically goes around the world. So the ball out in the left-hand hand, he stayed inbounds and crossed with the ball.
The extra point by Janikowski is in. 7-0 Raiders as Jerry Porter has his first touchdown reception since Christmas Day against Kansas City. What a way to begin on the game-opening drive for the Raiders, who lead it by 7. Opening drive, a good-looking one. 6 plays, 66 yards, just under 3 minutes. The ensuing kickoff by Janikowski after the touchdown reception. Great catch and run by Porter. And that goes in the end zone, and Courtney Roby will leave it there to the 20-yard line on a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Tennessee.
We talk about the young defensive backs in this game, but the advantage goes to Oakland. They have the veteran receivers going against the young defensive backs, and that's just over-aggressiveness by Adam Pac-Man Jones. Porter makes him pay with a quick move, but that's a tackle that should have easily been made for probably a 5 or 6 yard gain.
So Steve McNair, who missed last week, is back in, and 1st and 10 on the first play by the Tennessee offense. They bring Kenny in the backfield. And the fake with the blitz coming on from Cooper, and the handoff goes to Scaife, who is a rookie, and he is a loss of 3 on the play, back to the 17-yard line.
Did you see who made that tackle? Ted Washington in the backfield?
Coming through, we talked about the 11-year veteran McNair back in. The rookie right tackle is Michael Ruse, who has started all season long. And running back Chris Brown went over 1,000 yards last season in just 11 games. He is battling a sore shoulder. 2nd and 13, and it's back at about the 17-yard line. And McNair with time and looking for the track star Roby, and it's incomplete. And Fabian Washington, another rookie out of Nebraska, was defending on the play.
Roby's arms, you got to get Roby for throwing his arms in between Washington's arms.
Denard Walker is an extra defensive back, 3rd and 13. They got to get to the 30, and here is McNair with an extra receiver and being chased by Jasper. Gets away from him, dances away from Morrison, then is doused at the 27. And Cooper hits him. Scramble of 11 yards, a couple yards shy of a first down. And on their first possession, the Tennessee Titans have got a punt.
Something to take that he's going to run with it.
Craig Hendrick will punt the ball. And Carr is deep back. There was a great rush. In fact, it may have been deflected. At least it's off the side of his foot. It wobbles out of bounds with the Raiders getting it at the 37-yard line. That is a horrible punt. The rush was coming on from Ekachuba, who was just signed off the practice squad, a 35-yard punt. And a timeout with 10:31 to play in the first. November of last season, lead here in Nashville, 7-0 on a Porter touchdown reception from the 38, 1st and 10. Here is an end around. Alvis Whitted, who is an ACC track star at North Carolina State, brought down by Antoine Odom, and the tackle at the 38, the run of 24 yards, a first down.
One of the jobs of the defensive end linebackers is to contain. Got Odom coming up the field. He doesn't come up enough, and he kind of closes down in this direction. And when he does, he loses track of that reverse coming back the other way. No contain for the Tennessee defense on that play. I think so far we've seen some mental mistakes in the form of penalties and positioning that have really hurt the Tennessee defense.
Moss is in. Conventional 4-3 look by Tennessee. 1st and 10 with the Collins twirl and a throw to Lamont Jordan. There's a nice block that springs him free, and he is brought down on the play by Travis LeBoy at the 22, a 16-yard catch and run.
That was really pretty execution by the Oakland Raiders offense, especially Kerry Collins selling that against the Tennessee defense. Bringing that defensive rush closer to him as he faked things to the left. He dumps that off to the right, and they got excellent blocking out in front of Lamont Jordan for an easy double-digit gain.
Moss is in. 1st and 10, 2nd possession for the Raiders. This is Lamont Jordan and brought down by Castle, along with LeBoy, and a gain of 2 to the 20.
Kevin, it's worth mentioning again that this theme of young defensive backs on both sides of the ball, the difference is the young defensive backs of Oakland are going against younger, inexperienced receivers, whereas Adam Jones and Ronaldo Hill and company on the Tennessee side have got Randy Moss, they've got Jordan, they've got Gabriel, they've got some experienced receivers they're trying to contain.
20-yard line, 2nd and 8, 2 tight ends for Collins outside to Porter, a block by Moss, a tackle by Lamont Thompson. The gain is just inside the 10. It's a pickup of 11 yards. So in 3 plays, the run of 24 by Whitted, the 16-yard catch and run by Jordan, that 11-yard reception by Porter. Look where they are, 1st and goal.
And so far, the Raiders are doing what we were talked about before the game. They should. It's run, and a little bit of Randy. Whether or not it's throwing to him or he's blocking, he's been a big thing. The little things have kicked in for the Raiders. They're doing them. Right now, execution-wise, the Raiders are putting on a clinic.
Tackle eligible is Halsey. 1st and goal at the 10. Handoff to Jordan. Grabbed by Bullock, who led the NFL in tackles a season ago. There is no gain. It will be 2nd down and goal.
And Castle plays the traditional inside backer position for Tennessee, and that leaves Bullock on the outside. But I think Keith Bullock, besides the obvious from a Pro Bowl standpoint, being a leader on this defense, emotionally, he really is the leader on this entire football team. He and Steve McNair are the guys that people look to for leadership in the Tennessee Titans, and man, do they need it right now.
Zach Crockett is in. He is a great red zone performer. Lamont Jordan has just hobbled off the field. There are 3 receivers. 2nd down and goal. Collins, and it is caught by Randall Williams, the ex-Dallas Cowboy. He's at 5, and he was nailed by Castle. It's a gain of about 6. 3rd and goal.
He was a wide receiver, Kevin, at New Hampshire and then with Dallas. And when he came in, Norv Turner, after about a week and a half, says, you want to be a tight end? And he goes, normally a receiver doesn't take that well. He goes, but I've been sitting at home without a job for 3 months, so it sounded like a pretty good idea. And he's going to be that tweener type for Norv Turner's offense.
5 in the secondary. Woodall comes now back off the bench. Jordan is back in the game. 3 receivers for Collins. 3rd and goal at the 4. And Collins will throw it away. In the vicinity was his angular tight end, Courtney Anderson, who was covered by Bullock. It's 4th and goal. Tennessee holds him out of the end zone.
Absolutely. They gave him the look that really was going to defeat the one play they wanted. See, Randy Moss is supposed to come inside. Anderson's supposed to cut out around him. And they got too much of a coverage look there for the Raiders to execute that play. That was an excellent job by Jim Schwartz's defense, holding the Raiders to a best-case scenario field goal.
So here is Janikowski, and he will try a 22-yard field goal. He has the highest field goal percentage in Raiders history, and he tacks on 3 more, so it's 10-0 Oakland. Big plays on the drive, highlighted by the 24-yard run by Whitted. 10-0 Raiders, 6:24 in the first. The Raiders come into their stadium and score the first 2 times they've had the ball today. 10-0 Oakland, and the kickoff after Janikowski's 22-yard field goal. Courtney Roby will take it from 2 yards deep in the end zone. 3rd-round draft choice, and he is brought down by Omar Easy, the ex-Kansas City running back. A 23-yard return. He's out to about the 22. Touchdown pass by Collins early, and for the first time this year, Porter grabs it. Part of the many big plays by the Raiders today in the first quarter. Scored on a 22-yard field goal. And now at the 22 of Tennessee, the Titans with their 2nd possession today, punting the first time they had it. It's 1st and 10. And McNair outside for the rookie escape from Texas and tripped up by Ronaldo Hill, who is a starter with the Arizona Cardinals. It's a gain of 5. He's to the 26. The Raider defense is number 23. Warren Sapp in his 2nd season with Oakland. Linebacker Kurt Morrison in his 1st season. He is a rookie starter. And in the secondary, 2 starters were lost to injury last week, Woodson and Gibson. So Fabian Washington and Gerard Cooper replaced them. 2nd down and 5. 27-yard line. And our first look at Chris Brown, who is brought down by 14-year veteran Ted Washington. Gain of 3 to the 30.
But Oakland had basically a 10-man front there. They come out in the formation Tennessee did, and for all intents and purposes, there were 10 people at the line of scrimmage, which is perfectly suited if you're going to be the Oakland Raiders to stop in the run.
And now the Raiders go with 5 in the secondary. And that 5th defensive back is Hill. 3rd down and 2. That's Roby in motion. And a good block by Scaife and an incomplete pass. It was intended on the side here for the rookie Scaife. Another punting situation for Tennessee and a frustrated Steve McNair.
Well, it goes to the theme I was talking about earlier, Kevin. You've got Steve McNair and some young, inexperienced receivers going against inexperienced defensive backs. And the edge in this matchup is definitely to the Raiders. The Raiders have the more experienced receivers. You don't see Kerry Collins being stuck in those kind of situations, throwing those passes with his receivers.
Here comes the 2-time Pro Bowler, Hendrick, to punt for a 2nd consecutive time. Chris Carr is back inside the 30 for the Raiders. Oakland, the only team that has not had a fair catch by their punt returners this year until right now. Fair caught at the 33-yard line. We've got 4:48 to play. Raiders will get it again. They've scored the first 2 times they've had it. Across Kevin Harlan, 3rd Raider possession, scoring the first 2 times they've had it. A 1st and 10 pitch to Lamont Jordan, and there's a flag thrown. Peter Sherman kind of tripped him up as he worked his way to the 36.
Offense, number 83, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
And Randy, 83 is Courtney Anderson, who is their tight end. So the drive initially was at the 33. Now they back it up with the penalty. And visit CBS Sportsline tonight for a complete wrap-up of all the day.
18. Moss so far has just basically been jogging. Hasn't really run a route full speed.
23-yard line, 1st and 20 for Collins. And there he goes toward Moss, who's got plenty of room from the rookie Jones. The gain is to about the 36. It's a pickup of 13 and a 2nd down. Let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Kevin, we'll take you to
defense is the number 2 pass defense in the NFL. Beaten right there. From the 36, 2nd down and 7. After the long gain of 13 yards to Moss in the pass just before that break to New York. And there's another whistle, another stoppage of play.
Offside, defense, number 92, unabated to the quarterback, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That is the 2nd penalty in this game already on Albert Hainsworth.
And I was talking about this matchup with Jones and Moss, and look at the huge pad that Jones is giving Moss. And does that look like full speed to you? You know, Moss has got the bad hamstring at 80%. That might be 80% physically, but that's about a 50% route.
That's Fauci in motion, the fullback, 2nd down and 2. And Collins with time. He's got Moss again, and he fumbles the ball. Lamont Thompson made the hit. The ball is vacuumed in. They call it down. It is a 1st down catch by Moss. He picks up 6 on 2nd down and 2. They'll spot the ball at the 48. The defensive line for Tennessee. It is a 1st and 10 from the 48 for Oakland on their 3rd possession. Collins easily tosses it to Lamont Jordan, who breaks a bullet tackle, then he's belted out of bounds near a 1st down by Lamont Thompson. It's a gain of 11. Another 1st down to the 41 as we go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Kevin, in Houston.
Boy, and Dilfer has really been under the microscope, turning it over 8 times, Greg, over the last 3 games. 6 interceptions, 8 total turnovers. 1st and 10 for Collins after the 11-yard completion. And he goes deep, and it's incomplete, looking for Moss, who is covered by the rookie making his first start today, Ronaldo Hill of Tennessee. And yes, we do have 2 Ronaldo Hills in this game.
Look at the pad that Hill's giving Randy Moss on the outside. And, you know, I know his 80% is better than most people's 100%, but that little shot that Hill gave him knocked him off his stride, and he got away with a illegal contact down the field, because normally you'd see that as a penalty, and Moss leaves the game, and I'm not sure how much more he can play if that's as fast as he can run.
Whitted is in. 2nd down 10. 43 defense for Tennessee. Flag is down. Lamont Jordan is gobbled up as he crosses the 40 and goes to the 36. Brought down by Vanden Bosch and by Ryan Long. Gain of 5.
Illegal shift, offense. 2 men moving prior to the snap. Did not reset for a full second. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
See, and that's part of the earlier the remark about pride and poise, the old slogan for the Raiders, and it's something that's always seems to come back and bite them in the butt is they make mistakes that stop themselves,
especially on the road.
Yeah, and I mean this is a team that's 2-18 on the road, and those penalties really are almost magnified 5 times when you are on the road. And there's Al Davis. Got a chance to talk to him yesterday. What a resource of NFL football knowledge that guy is.
Moss is in. They got to get to the 31. 2nd and 15. Another flag. Here's Collins, who has thrown a touchdown pass already today. It ricochets off the hand of Jordan, who is covered on the play by Castle.
Offside, defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And that's Ryan Long. Another defensive line penalty for the Tennessee Titans.
Interior defensive line.
Right,
not like they're far away from the ball.
Yeah. They can smell the ball.
Exactly. They can. How well did they rub that down? Hold on. I'll let you. For about 5 minutes.
Third penalty on Tennessee, and all have been defensive penalties. Same defensive set. 2nd down 10. Again, they got to get just inside the 31. Williams on the move. Gabriel is with Porter as receivers. And Collins, another flag.
Wow.
That's incomplete to Randall Williams. And covered again, this time by Peter Sermon. Incomplete. And look at Terry McCauley.
It's another illegal shift.
Wow.
Illegal shift, offense. Again, 2 men moving prior to the snap, did not reset. Penalties decline, 3rd down.
And one of those 2 guys moving is the young receiver, Randall Williams, number 86, who used to be in the wide receiver. So you see the fullback moves here, and now Williams is going to go here, and he's got to be set for a full second when you move 2 guys, and he never really sets.
Good explanation. Michael Waddell has come in the secondary. 5 now back there for Tennessee. Moss is in the game, 3rd and 10 from the 41. And Collins to Porter, who caught a touchdown earlier in the game. And he makes the grab at the 19, working on the rookie Hill. It's a gain of 22 on 3rd and 10. Mark him at the 19-yard line on this, the 3rd possession for the Raiders today on the move again.
All made possible by Lamont Jordan and the blocking up front. You got the blitz coming inside. Tank Williams coming from that safety position. Lamont Jordan does a nice job buying Kerry Collins that extra second or 2. And when you're getting your quarterback that kind of grief and that kind of pressure, and you can avoid it, that's when your receivers can get open 20, 30 yards down the field.
This drive started at the 33, 7th play of it. From the 19, Lamont Jordan on 1st and 10 and devoured by Albert Hainsworth at the gain of 1 to about the 18-yard line.
See, if Norv Turner did a best-case scenario, and everybody does their 15, 20 first plays, and they put it up on the wall, and the offense looks at it, and they had best-case results. So far for Norv and the Raiders, short of a few of these penalties they've had, this has been best-case results. They're
2nd down 9, 18-yard line. 4 in the secondary for Tennessee. And they dump it off on a screen pass to Jordan, to block by Ron Stone, which opens the door to the end zone, and a touchdown for Lamont Jordan. In the Music City, the Raiders are strumming on offense.
All right, they're strumming on the Titans a little bit too. Defensively, they're really taking advantage of the inexperience on this defense. Watch on the right side how quickly things clean out. You've got a cut block, sets up the screen. You've got True out in front. You've got Stone out in front. You've got defenders just kind of grabbing. And you've got Lamont Jordan doing a virtuoso on the goalpost there, but sort of did the virtuoso before the goalpost.
And we just showed a graphic, 6th consecutive game where he has scored a touchdown. And, going into last week's game, Randy, in the Coliseum out in Oakland against the Buffalo Bills, earlier in the week he had really tried to work for more runs. He wanted more attempts, and he went to Norv and said, I got to carry the ball more. And sure enough, he did. 28, 122 yards, and a win.
Ball in hand has to be more important to Lamont Jordan than run in hand. And that's what you're seeing him do right now. The defense is dropping off so much. You see him catch little screens, little check down passes, and that makes him so important to the offense, picking up 5, 6, 7, 10-yard chunks.
Janikowski tacks on one more, so the Raiders, who have won 2 of their last 3 games, have scored the first 3 times they've had the ball today in Nashville.
Perfect execution up front. Carey sells it. The offensive line slams it, and Lamont Jordan will not be denied. And Carey, what do you think? Is that the way you start a football game?
One to Lamont Jordan, and that is his second receiving touchdown for Jordan of the season. Collins has now thrown 9 touchdowns, been picked off 1 time. That is the best interception ratio right now in the NFL.
And right now, do they have it going on as far as execution offensively? That's been the key. Not only run, only pass. Everything they're doing right now is working. They've got Tennessee totally off balance defensively.
It's in and out of the end zone for a touchback, and Bay Area sports fans were saddened last week by the unexpected passing of legendary radio announcer Bill King, the voice of the Raiders for 27 years, from the 60s to the 90s, always sporting a distinctive style.
Casper tight end on the left side. Lawrence on the right side. Bankston on the right side as a wing back. Stabler back to pass. A quick throw into the end zone. Casper, touchdown Raiders! Yasha Heifetz never played a violin with more dexterity than Kenny Stabler is playing the Minnesota Viking defense this afternoon in the Rose Bowl.
Or has anyone ever said it the way he used to say it? Bill King, one of the best that ever was. After the kickoff, it is a 1st and 10, and this is Brown, who is brought down by Bobby Hamilton on the defensive line. It's a gain of 3 to the 23-yard line. That's what he did. He was a great pro basketball announcer.
I loved him on basketball. He was so good on basketball.
And that is going to probably now going to take us, as you take a look at Willie Brown. So 2 touchdown passes by Collins, 3 Raider possessions, and 3 consecutive scores. Steve McNair has his hands full the rest of the way. At the end of the first, the Raiders on top 17-0 on CBS. The Raiders at 2-4, the Titans at 2-5 with Super Bowl champion Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan. We start the second quarter where it is 2nd down and 7. This is the 3rd possession for Tennessee, punting the first 2 times they had it, now at the 23-yard line. McNair outside, that's Tyrone Calico, brought down by Ronaldo Hill and Stuart Schweigert. The gain is to the 29. It's a pickup of 6 and just shy of a first down.
And no one throws the ball more to the tight end position than the Tennessee Titans. I'm frankly kind of surprised with their situation at wide receiver that we haven't seen Ben Troop, the young tight end out of Florida, a little bit more used in some different positions, because they've thrown 5 passes, or 4 of the 5 passes they've thrown have been to tight ends. See Troop enters the game.
From the 29. Roy Dell Williams is taking the place of Calico, who is injured. 3rd and 1 from the 29. McNair, here comes Warren Sapp. And there's the pass. A flag is thrown. The catch, they say, is made by Roby, who is covered by Fabian Washington at the 36-yard line, but yellow is on the field.
It's a little illegal contact, I think, right down the field, about 7-8 yards down the field.
It's a gain of 7 if they rule it a catch, and depending on the flag.
And now it's a question of who pushed who.
Yeah.
You know, was it the defender trying to come off in kind of that scramble drill, give that the offensive player, give him a little push?
Defense, number 40. The penalties decline. 1st down.
That's Jared Cooper. First penalty on the Raiders today.
I know it's 17-0, but this Tennessee team, Kevin, cannot give up on the run. Against this defense, this is not a very good tackling defense. It hasn't been this year. They lost their 2 best tacklers in Gibson and Woodson. I think you still have to try to run the ball. Keep them honest.
1st and 10 from the 36. And Chris Brown, 2nd all-time leading rusher at Colorado, brought down by Stuart Schweigert at the 47-yard line. Gain of 12, a Tennessee first.
And the reason you have to keep him honest is because you have guys like Hopkins and You've got Pillar, and you've got Hartwig, and you've got Olsen, and you've got Roos, the young guy, Michael Roos, the right tackle. They are just physical offensive linemen. That's what they do best. And 17-0 is not a death sentence, but it is if you let it be.
2 tight ends with the rookie Scape, a third tight end in the backfield because the normal fullback Fleming is injured. 1st and 10. Fake to Brown. McNair, and that is caught at the Raider 34. The tackle on Aaron Kenny made by Ronaldo Hill. It is a gain of 18. It is a 1st down.
What a nice touch by Steve McNair, because he's got to try to put this over the top, inside the line, over the linebackers and inside the defensive backs. That's why you saw him kind of get on his toes and half lob that to get that thing into the right spot so that Kenny can get it.
Hill is a 5th defensive back. The Raiders play a lot of nickel. It's 1st down and 10 from the 34. Williams still taking the place of Calico as a wide receiver. Here comes Burgess, and there goes the pass. Deep and incomplete. Schweigert breaks it up and knocks it out of the hands of Roy Dell Williams, the rookie. Schweigert is the all-time leading interceptor from Purdue University. Incomplete pass.
Well, we talked about that lobbing into the perfect position. Now here's a pass that maybe needed to be a little bit more on a line. A little double move on the young defensive back, and if that ball's more on a line, it gets there in between the corner and before the safety can get there. But nice job by Schweigert getting into the grill of Roydale Williams.
2nd down and 10, 7th play of the drive. It began back at the 23. 3rd possession by Tennessee, punting the first 2 times they had it. This is Brown. Good block by Scape, and a tackle made by Danny Clark, the ex-Jacksonville Jaguar. 28-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
The last 2 runs are the reason you can't stop running the ball. This is an offense predicated, in my mind, on the ability to run the ball and the ability to take advantage of the play action and the routes you can get off the play action. Sure, your receivers as a group are young and inexperienced, but you still got a guy like Steve McNair running this offense, and he needs the running game.
Raiders playing that nickel secondary most of the way. 3rd down and 4 from the 28. That's Roby in motion. Calico is still out. Blocked by Brown, and the pass is caught by Roby, who is grabbed by fellow rookie Fabian Washington. Gain of 6 on 3rd and 4. It's a 1st down to the 22.
This is a real nice job by McNair. That was a nice job fitting the ball in. And when you've got guys with this much experience, especially when you start putting the aughts in there, you know, you've got zeros. Tyrone Calico coming off that ACL last year, and that's why you need that running game. You've got to get those young guys in positions where they can make some plays.
Sloan Thomas has come in for Williams. He was called off the practice squad today, and he's a wide receiver from the 22. It is 1st and 10, and Brown is belted hard, and Bobby Hamilton, who's played in a couple of Super Bowls with the New England Patriots, now on the Oakland defensive line, makes the tackle to the 19, gain of 3. Now Sloan Thomas comes out. So they're in the red zone, Randy, and they have got to make do with this with the 2nd and 7.
And they brought in Troop, the young tight end from Florida, and Randall Williams, 86, the wide receiver, because they are in the red zone. They need the bigger, more aggressive receivers.
2nd and 7, 5 in the secondary. Roydell Williams back in the game for Sloan Thomas. And look at the time for McNair. And the throw, and it's a touchdown. And it's caught by Courtney Roby. His first career touchdown reception, beating Stuart Schweigert. A 19-yard strike.
Well, you use the right terms, Kevin, because that was a strike. First, the pocket that forms for McNair, and second is the lightning. Watch him throw this ball. Right fits it perfectly in between the safeties. Good concentration by Roby, and not going to give him any style points for what happened afterwards, though.
It almost looked like Cooper more than Schweigert, but you called the safeties, and that's exactly what territory it was in.
Just fitted in between them.
Absolutely.
It's a zone defense.
Threads the needle, and here is Rob Baronis, a rookie at 27 years of age, and he misses the extra point. And just this week, a big story in the Tennessean about how great this kid has been. after starting his career in the Arena Football League and cut 4 times, and here he is missing an extra point. So it's 17-6. On a touchdown pass by McNair, 10-13 to play in the half.
Nothing but smoke on that one right when these fans needed to see it.
Of the season, 5 of 6 on that drive.
For 56 yards with Steve McNair, but before that drive, he was 2 of 5 for not very many yards.
Raiders have scored every time they touched the ball. Here comes Carr, the undrafted player out of Boise State, a yard deep. He got a great block from Corey Halsey. There goes a flag, and down he goes. Sloan Thomas, the reserve receiver just off the practice squad, makes the tackle at the 42.
During return,
going back,
holding, receiving team, number 33. 10-yard penalty, first down.
It was a 44-yard return by Carr, who has been just dynamite this season. Omar Easy picks up the penalty. Here's the missed extra point.
Don't!
Wow.
How do you do that?
10:04 in the half. Raiders have scored the first 3 times they've had it. Moss will begin this series on the sideline, 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff Zach Crockett, brought down by Sermon. Gain of 2 to the 21. Collins has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Moments ago, McNair threw his first of the game.
Well, there's Courtney Roby. And right here, the safeties. Roby's going to move up, dink out, and try to go in between the safeties. They set it up perfectly with that bunch on the right. Opened up that room in between them. And they couldn't recover in time before Roby got in there for his first career touchdown.
Crockett is out. Jordan back in. 2nd down 8 from the 21.
I don't know what that was Roby did on the goalpost, but he ought to get a room.
Collins, good block by Barry Sims, the left tackle, and Collins just throws it away. Gabriel was double teamed downfield at about the 40. Now you have a player down back at the 10. Antoine Odom, I believe. It is. And you can get a 2nd-round pick taking his place. So now it is 3rd down and 8. They got to get to the 29. And Moss is not in. And Collins, with the pocket crumbling, takes it himself. And here comes the rush by Beckham, who is the nickelback, the 5th defensive back, and he chases him down. He has probably a loss of a yard. It's back to the 20, and for the first time today, the Raiders have got a punt.
You know, Kerry Collins very careful with the ball. You saw him pull it down there. You saw him throw the ball out of bounds in the play before. And Norv Turner told us yesterday, if there's one thing he'd like to see his quarterback be, is maybe a little bit more reckless with the ball, a little less conservative. You know, if you see that spot where you're going to have to fit it in sometimes, it's not always bad to try to fit it in that spot.
2-time Pro Bowler Shane Leckler gets an Adam True snap, which is just a little bit wide. Oh. What a great kick to Pac-Man Jones inside the 30. And True, the long snapper, slowed him down, but the elusive rookie out of West Virginia, Pac-Man Jones, is on the move. Knocked out of bounds by Justin Fargas. That was one of the main reasons why they drafted that kid. It was either him or Antrell Roll, and they picked him because he could return punts. Roll is now with Arizona. Pac-Man is here, returns it 39 yards.
Yeah, where are the Three Stooges sound effects when you need them? Nope. How about this one? That's just, you don't coach that. There isn't a coach around. Alan Lowry is one of the best special teams coaches in the business. He can't claim any credit for that. That's 100% Adam Jones making everything he can out of not very much.
Calico is still not in, so Williams takes his place. 34 of Oakland, best beginning field position today. Last time McNair threw a touchdown pass, this time he's brought down. And Danny Clark is the guy doing the damage inside for the Oakland Raiders, shooting through his first sack of the season.
You're seeing a little bit more blitz coming from this Raider defense for a very simple reason. I don't know how afraid they are quite yet of the Tennessee receivers, so they're able to take the chances. And when a linebacker sees a running back stay in to block, a lot of times, depending on his assignment, that tells him, check blitz, I can go get the quarterback.
5 in the secondary, 2nd and 14. They've got to get to the 24. 4th possession for Tennessee. This is Brown. Chased by Hamilton, gets by him. Chased by Stuart Schweiger, gets by him. Down the sideline, there goes Chris Brown, galloping in for a touchdown.
Hats off to a group of folks on that one besides Chris Brown. First, Adam Pac-Man Jones setting it up with that return. How about that offensive line up front? And how about Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, down 17-0, staying with the running game. And it's paying off right now as the Tennessee Titans get ready to go for 2 because of that mixed extra point earlier by Baronis.
So the Raiders score the first 3 times they've had it. The Tennessee Titans have scored the last 2 times they've had the ball. And as Randy said, they're trying for 2. 7:58 to play before halftime.
Remember the tackling issue we talked about earlier?
Yep.
Doing the simple things. Wasn't many tackles on that one.
A lot of missed tackles, and here they go, trying for 2. McNair, and dropped by Brown, who is covered by the outside linebacker Tyler Brayton. So they missed an extra point. They can't convert the 2, and we got the weird score of 17-12 with 7:58 to play. The Titans have scored through the air and on the ground, and they're back in business, down 17-12. Oakland 34-yard line on the great punt return, and here's the ensuing kickoff by Baronis. They missed, failed 2-point conversion. Carr will take it out. He led college football in punt returns last year, and he is belted hard. Hill gets him down. And also Robert Reynolds out of Ohio State, 25-yard return. Pac-Man Jones returned at 39 yards, and Brown took it in from 38. Fourth possession. This is number 5, starting at the 20.
And the Tennessee Titans early in the first quarter were a cold case. At 17-0, but boy, what a nice rally. Sticking with the run, and it's paid off.
Randy Moss is in. Collins, who is 10 of 14, gets a block from Sims, and a pass goes to the fullback, John Paul Fauci, who is brought down by Castle. Gain of 5, 25-yard line.
You know, there's a little inside of football type deal here. See, here's Brown and there's Schweigert. See the straight arm he's trying? Well, when he tries the straight arm, he misses. And Schweigert is like expecting that jam in the face, that jam in the chest. It never comes, and then he just kind of falls to the ground because he's thrown off.
Second down and 5. Take a look at Brown, 1,000-yard gainer a season ago, and only 11 games for Tennessee. Collins has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. 1 to Jordan and 1 to Porter. This one's tipped, and the ricochet is incomplete, going for Jerry Porter. Third down.
Well, limping hamstring or no limping hamstring, this Tennessee defense is really giving Randy Moss a lot of respect as he walks back to the Oakland huddle. He's not running his patterns a lot faster than that, but they are staying off of him. They're bringing the blitz, which means a lot of single coverage. You see Tank Williams gets his hand on that pass, tipping it, knocking it off kilter.
Gabriel is the 3rd receiver. Waddell comes in as a 5th defensive back. Boyman is the nickel linebacker, 3rd and 5 from the 25. Collins, incomplete for Gabriel. Covered on the play by Ronaldo Hill and Tank Williams, and for a second consecutive Raider possession, they've got a punt.
Football is a funny game sometimes, Kevin, and I don't mean funny haha. I mean funny as in kind of strange how quickly momentum and things can change. That punt return by Jones was huge, but just the momentum in the game in general at 17-0, Tennessee wasn't giving up. They stayed with what works for them, and it's paid off.
Leckler, who is number 7 in the National Football League in punting. Pac-Man Jones with the catch at the 19-yard line and finds room up the middle. Leckler has never had a punt return for a touchdown. Leckler can't get him, and there he goes for 6. Boy, the hang time was a 5.5 by Leckler and a 57-yard punt.
And that's why it's a 57-yard punt. You can kick the ball too well. That was the definition of out-kicking your coverage. You take a coverage team that is pretty much built to go in a 40-yard area. You got a personal foul.
Team, number 25, went out of bounds and blocked the flyer of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
How about that?
What? Where was the flag?
It must have been hidden on the bench on the sideline because it was unseen, and we always scan the field. It was hidden.
It's against Tank Williams for hitting off the sideline. The gunner goes off the field on the far side, I've got to assume, not the near side.
And a great break for the Raiders, who have seen the Titans score 12 unanswered points.
And the Gunners we're talking about are up there. You go out of bounds, you can't hit the guy out of bounds. So he's out of bounds, bang. Right here again, they hit him when he's out of bounds. Tell you what, I never saw the flag on the upper side of the screen.
It was not there.
Must have been out of bounds.
Or on the chalk and hidden by the Raiders sideline. But look at that, an 82-yard touchdown on a punt return wiped away. And the mark-off is all the way back to the 9-yard line of Tennessee.
I don't know what disturbs me more, the fact that you couldn't see a flag or the fact that the whole thing was conferenced and done so late.
It was done very late.
Very late.
9-yard line, 1st and 10. Calico is still out, so rookie Roydell Williams is in there. In fact, 2 rookie receivers for the 11-year veteran McNair. And here comes Bobby Hamilton. There is a pass to another rookie out of Texas, Scaife, who is brought down on the play by Ronaldo Hill. It's a loss of a yard, back to the 8.
One more time. Here's the matchup, top of the screen. It was called against Tank Williams. But here you're out of bounds right there. Now he's being hit once, then he's hit again, and that's where the infraction must have been called.
Raiders have gone back to 4 defensive backs with a look at Tank Williams. Raiders have gone back to 4 in the secondary, 3 linebackers, 4 on the line. It is 2nd down and 12. The second tight end has been brought in. And that is dropped by Kenny, who is covered by Brayton and by Danny Clark. Incomplete.
It gets called back.
6 in the secondary, including Walker, 3rd and 12, and they need the 19. Here they come. Sapp, the ball is loose in the end zone. It is a fumble, and it looks like Cooper has recovered for the Raiders. And it's a touchdown.
14-point swing.
And Sapp is the one who jarred it free off the defensive line for Oakland.
You're Tennessee. You don't get the 7 for the return. Steve McNair never sees the rush coming on the backside. The ball is jammed loose. And another 7 points for the Raiders. So instead of being up, 19-17, now you're going to be down 24-12.
Warren Sapp, the 7-time Pro Bowler, knocked it free. And the ex-Carolina Panther, Gerard Cooper, jumped on the ball. And the extra point by Janikowski is true, and with 5:47 to play before halftime, the Raiders have scored again. Defense did it this time. They're up 24-12.
Here's Warren Sapp lining up at the right defensive tackle. Your internal clock as a quarterback's got to go off. You know that rush is coming from somewhere, and he never saw Warren Sapp coming. He frees it up, and Schweigert falls on that ball in the end zone.
The clock at 5:47, and what a turnaround here in Nashville. This week on CBS, America's most watched network for the Oakland Raiders, and a great hit by the former Defensive Player of the Year, Warren Sapp, their first defensive touchdown in the last 20 games. And on the ensuing kickoff, which is returned to the 35 with the Brayton tackle, Tennessee will start it again. The return by Jarrett Payton, the son of the late Walter Payton for Tennessee.
McNair looking downfield, never sees Warren Sapp coming, setting up Jared Cooper with that touchdown. Remember, Cooper's only in the game playing because Derek Gibson went out with the injuries on injured reserve now. Briefly there, no one knew the ball was even on the ground, but nice job from the backside, stripping that ball away by Warren Sapp.
36-yard line, first down and 10. And Brown with the block from Roos. And a tackle made by Hill at the 41, gain of 5.
And you got to say, a nice tackle made. I mean, they just stoned him.
Coming up on the Sprint Nextel halftime report. See, Nextel and Sprint are now one company. Join Craig Gumbel and company and special guest Dwight Freeney on the Indianapolis Colts defensive line, who is in our studio today. Scores and highlights coming your way on the Sprint halftime report.
Dwight Freeney had to enjoy seeing the big guy come from the backside and strip the quarterback like that. That's one of his specialties.
Second down and 5 from the 41. This is McNair throwing to Roy Dell Williams, who is tackled by fellow rookie Kirk Morrison. It's a gain of 8. Morrison is a 2-time Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year and an All-America there.
Yeah, what this team needs to do is they need to compose themselves right now. You're lucky you've got a Steve McNair leading you if you're Tennessee. Keep the momentum going. What got you to the point where you're at before this big sequence of event happened? You stayed with the run. You threw high percentage passes, and you had this crowd going nuts. Right now, this crowd is a non-factor.
5 in the secondary. It is a first down. Tennessee working with 2 rookie wide receivers. Chris Brown, who led the NFL in yards per carry a season ago, is to the 48-yard line before he is steamrolled by big Ted Washington, gain of about 1 yard on the play.
That's one of the hazards of going inside if you're a running back, because inside that's a lot of inside. He's got a lot of outside. He's just you go inside, Big Ted's going to be. It's either going to be Big Ted or Big Warren. You cut back. You better cut way back.
Second down and 8, 48 of Oakland. McNair has thrown a touchdown pass. A punt return touchdown's been called back by penalty. Here comes Tommy Kelly, and there goes the McNair pass, which is tipped and incomplete to Roy Dell Williams. I think that Nnamdi Asamoah was there, the former first-round pick out of Cal, to tip it.
Randall Williams was standing there, or Roy Dell Williams, just waiting for this thing to come in perfectly. Asamoah leaps up and just deflects it and moves the ball.
Now, we thought it was Asamoah. Then he corrected us, didn't he?
Yes.
It's now Asamoah.
Asamoah. Which both sounded absolutely the same.
But there are Raider fans that know. There are Raider fans that know. 3rd and 8 from the Raider 49. He's being chased by Ed Jasper, and McNair throws to Aaron Kenny, who is brought down by Cooper at the 29-yard line. It's a first down on 3rd and 8. He picks up 19. A big pass by the scrambling Steve McNair.
And this is a franchise that learned to love the pass of Steve McNair to a tight end. Back in the day, it was Frank Wycheck, who now does the radio for the Tennessee Titans. And the tight end position is a staple here in Tennessee. Absolutely living by the pass of the tight end. See, almost doubling up the second-place team.
Raiders have gone to 4 in the secondary. It's a first down from the 29. And a timeout taken by Oakland's defense. It is the game's first timeout, and we have Bobby Hamilton down. At 2:54 of the second quarter, Raiders coming in at 2-4. Tennessee coming in at 2-5. Tennessee has lost 2 straight. Raiders have won 2 of their last 3. Coming up on the Sprint halftime report, join
Hartwig and Pillar. Take advantage of it.
Kelly, Sapp, Jasper, Burgess on the defensive line for the Raiders. It is a first down after that Oakland timeout at the 29-yard line. Handoff, draw play. It's Brown, brought down by Schweigert at the 20-yard line, and I see a flag at the 30-yard line. Gain of 9.
Holding offense, number 77.
Gain of 9 wiped away.
10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Justin Hartwig, who is the 3rd-year starter at center.
So, and that's who the hold was called against Hartwig? who's the center of the Tennessee Titans, and on right here working in the center underneath McNair. So you push out in the way. You got Benji Olsen. Yeah, I don't know if it was on anything. It was on that second block on Morrison, but that looked like a good block, and you got plenty of room for complaint there if you're Hartwood.
Spot foul, 1st and 18, 37-yard line. Cooper is the 5th defensive back for the Raiders. And McNair going deep, looking for the rookie Roydell Williams, broken up beautifully on the play by Asamoah. A terrific defensive play on the rookie. And Asamoah, 3 years out of Cal, is the one to do it.
Well, I tell you, stride for stride, Nnamdi is right there with him. Arms go up at the last second. Williams is just about to catch the ball. Just has it perfectly. Then comes the arms, breaking it up. Good timing. Looking back, he never saw the ball. Asamoah never saw the ball. He watched the receiver put his arms up, and he threw his arms up, and he knocked that ball away.
Asamoah is out, and the rookie from Houston, Stanford Rout, is in. 2nd down, 18. They need the 19-yard line. From the Raider 37. Here comes Ed Jasper. And there goes McNair, bad back and all. The rookie with the block, and a tackle made by Schweigert as McNair wheels his way to the 18-yard line in a scramble of 19 yards and a first down.
Remember the last time Steve McNair ran, and we talked about
the Tennessee drive. McNair's thrown a touchdown pass, and Collins has thrown 2. And the handoff goes to Brown on that 1st and 10 handoff, and he gains a yard, and Danny Clark was right there to drill him for the Oakland defense.
Yeah, we talk about the last 2 minutes, how important it is for an offense to really bow up and contribute in these situations.
Asamoah is still out, and the rookie Rout is still in on the corner. 2nd down, long 9 from the 18. Scaife, the tight end, is in the backfield. And he provides a block for Brown. Oh, what a hit by Gerard Cooper. He was a bullet coming right through, untouched, unscathed, allowing only a gain of a yard. He recovered a fumble in the end zone moments ago for a touchdown for the Raiders.
You know what he did?
Yard line. 2 rookie wide receivers remain. Calico has not returned, and we don't know why. We have not been told. It's not that we haven't asked. Here's McNair. He's hit, and down he goes. Burgess was there. Sapp was there. Kelly was there. He is devoured, and a 3rd sack recorded by the Raider defense back to the 21-yard line, and a loss on the play of 5. But they'll try for 3, and the Raiders hold.
What a great example of excellent protection by the offensive line, breaking down finally because there's such good coverage down the field. All the credit in the world to the defensive back, the back 7, because they were only rushing 4, but it only took 4 because everybody was covered down the field.
Let's give Sapp that sack, his 2nd in as many weeks. He had 1 last week against Buffalo for the Oakland defense. And log on to NFL.com as Shannon Sharp talks about. This will be a 39-yard try, and he is at 5 consecutive field goals. He had a career long of 53 last week in Arizona, and this is good. You got it.
Good.
Yeah.
You like it?
Well, I didn't know.
There's a good, and then there's good.
He just got it in. Much of the happiness of his coach, Jeff Fisher. So they get 3.
Don't be confused. Barones is kind of happy after he missed that extra point to get this one in.
Well, look at this. I
mean,
it is like right over. That's why I was hesitating.
Yeah, not much room to spare.
Right over the upright.
That's right. Counted.
So in this game, Collins has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Cooper from the secondary recovered a fumble in the end zone. And after the field goal by Barones, here is the young, undrafted rookie Chris Carr being chased by Garner and brought down by Beckham at about the 27-yard line. He took it deep in the end zone, returns at 32 yards. And so now the
Randy Moss has been wide open just for the quick, easy 7 to 10-yard pass.
Moss is in, 5 in the secondary, including Beckham. 1st and 10 for Kerry Collins, and it's incomplete, undershooting Moss, the 5-time Pro Bowl wide receiver, acquired in a trade winner out of Florida State. Now it is 2nd down and 10. Still 5 in the secondary. as Beckham has taken the place of the injured Pac-Man Jones. Beckham is the 5th. And there's a pass, and it's caught across the way by Porter. The flag is down. The coverage on the side by Waddell.
Illegal contact against defense.
Illegal contact, defense, number 36. Penalties decline, first down.
That's former top defensive backs remain for Tennessee. It is a 1st and 10. Moss is not in, and here is Collins, who throws to Fauci, who is pushed out of bounds by nickel linebacker Rocky Boyman. It's a gain of 9, gone out of bounds, 49-yard line. The clock stopped with 28 seconds in the half.
An excellent job. You really see if you...
In 2nd down 1, it'll be at the bottom of your screen. One up against a rookie. And then he's got Gabriel and Porter at the top of your screen.
Let's look.
Here they come. LeBoy got a hand on Collins, but there's the pass, and Beckham breaks it up as they were going deep to Doug Gabriel, coming off 10 receptions over the last 2 games. Moss is in the top of your screen. 3rd and 1, 5 in the secondary. Jordan in the backfield. Here comes Antoine Odom. Collins intercepted on the play by the rookie Hill. He's a 7th-round pick out of Florida. He will take it in for the touchdown.
No flags, I think.
That's only the 2nd interception thrown by Norv Turner's quarterback Collins this season. Only the 2nd one for a 2nd consecutive week, but boy, does it have bigger ripple effect than last week's did. What a great play. The extra point good. The Titans get their 3rd defensive touchdown this season. And Ronaldo. On the ground it goes, and picked up by Corey Halsey, offensive lineman. Vacuums it in at the 27.
And there's a man that knows these are the Oilers and the Raiders, and plenty of wild games dating back to the days when they had those great things in great games in the AFL days, back when George Blanda was quarterback for the Houston Oilers.
What a terrific ball game here in Nashville, with Oakland one time leading 17-0. Now leading by 2. We take you to New York after this. So the Raiders will kick off to begin the 2nd half, and Sebastian Janikowski from the 30. And here we go, starting the 3rd quarter, and Courtney Roby will go to a knee, leave it in the end zone. 1st and 10 with the touchback to the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at our fantasy notebook through 30 minutes of football here in Tennessee.
See, that tells you all you need to know about the offenses. Number of completions, 13 for Collins, 10 for McNair. Look at the difference in yards. McNair's have all been short stuff, but the biggest difference in this game is that Brown's been able to run the ball so effectively because Norm Chow, their coordinator, stuck with it. And receiver-wise, it's tight ends, and an occasional wide receiver for Tennessee.
The Raiders on defense will open up with 4 defensive backs.
That means run if you're Tennessee.
Asamoah is back in the game from the 21st and 10. McNair almost picked off by Schweigert. He could not vacuum it in. Incomplete. And there, Randy was not a Tennessee receiver within 10 yards of that pass.
Well, it was almost 10 yards.
Okay, 11 yards.
Randall Williams was running straight up the field. He never even saw Steve McNair throw that pass.
Roydell Williams was on the wrong page of some sort.
Yeah, Roydell was running towards something. Either that or Steve McNair flat missed him.
Chris Carr has come in the Raiders secondary, so now they've got 5, and Carr is the nickel. 2nd down and 10. 2 rookie receivers for McNair. And with a Danny Clark hit, and some Ted Washington help, it's a gain of 2 by Chris Brown, who tries to chisel whatever he could out of that mammoth Raider defensive line.
And if you're watching at home, try to keep track of with us the personnel the Raiders have on the field, because the reason that Tennessee has as many running yards as they do right now is because the Raiders have given them a look with those 5 defensive backs so often, and when they've gotten that, they've run the ball at them. When they've brought their big physical linebackers back onto the field is when Tennessee and Steve McNair have decided, okay, that's what you want to do? We're going to throw the ball against that one.
All right, Denard Walker and Cooper now make 6 defensive backs. 3rd down and 8. Tennessee needs the 30. with an empty backfield. Steve McNair, the MVP of a couple years ago in the NFL, and people were jumping.
Play clock.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Penalties in the game. Tennessee now has 6, 3 on the Raiders. Or is that 5 on Tennessee? I can't read my own writing. It is 6. Okay, it is 6. Keep track of this stuff. Sometimes you lose track. And okay, so 6 in the secondary. And there I'm reading. Oh, that's very clear. Thank you.
You like
Bob,
that 6?
Bob Monsbach, our producer, putting that up for us. 3 tight ends are in 3rd and 13. Again, they need the 3rd. Look at the time for McNair. That's Aaron Kenny, who is hit by Cooper, among others. 32-yard line. He's got the first down. A 15-yard catch and run on 3rd and 13 to the 32.
And you mentioned the key on that play was the protection. Derek Burgess and Brayton coming from the ends, the right and the left, never really get close. Excellent job by that offensive line. You've got Roos on the right side at tackle. You've got Hopkins at tackle on the left side. The support inside with those 3 big physical guys they've got there at Tennessee are able to hold that rush off. That's the protection they need.
2 tight ends, 4 in the Raiders secondary. 1st and 10, 32-yard line. They dump it off, and it's caught by Scaife. And he is brought. Oh, and the ball is loose.
It's down. It's it.
Hill was there to grab the loose ball, but Danny Clark was there to grab Scaife. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
See, here's a contrast in offenses, Kevin, is Oakland is dumping the ball underneath the screens and passes to Lamont Jordan early. And Tennessee, the knee is down before the ball comes out. Tennessee is dumping the ball off to tight ends underneath. Got 7 catches so far by tight ends for Steve McNair.
Burgess, Sapp, Washington, Hamilton on the defensive line for the Raiders. 2nd down, 10, 32. Good block by Hopkins. Pass is caught by Roby, who is grabbed by Tim Johnson, a reserve linebacker, and Danny Clark. It's a gain of 6 on the play to the 38-yard line as you're watching this game in high definition. Where available.
You're going to fear the Oakland Raiders right about now in this situation. I talked 2 plays ago about the pass protection and how the ends weren't getting quite to Steve McNair, and the defensive tackles were stopped at the line of scrimmage. Watch Derek Burgess, 56. He's the left defensive end. He's really been the key to Norv Turner's pass rush game on the defensive side of the ball. He's where the pressure has to come from. 5
defensive backs, including Carr, 3rd and 4. 2 rookie wide receivers for McNair, and he's got Troop, who's tackled by Carr, who makes the grab. Carr out of Boise State.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. He's out to about the 42-yard line. And they give him the first down.
That's the first pass today, first reception for Ben Troop. Underneath. That's our theme. If you're going to dump off and you're a Tennessee Titan, you're throwing it to a tight end. Tight ends are the safety valves in this offense so far, and the experience is not on the wide receiver position. Very inexperienced outside.
4 in the secondary. Brayton is out. Tim Johnson is in as an outside linebacker, and this is Brown, who is brought down by Ronaldo Hill, crossing midfield, gaining 9, and Chris Brown is to the Raider 49.
And tackling is such an issue because of the injured defensive backs, Derek Gibson and Rod Woodson. It was one of the first things Norv Turner told us yesterday when we talked to him, was how important the tackling was of these 2 veterans. And you know the look. They just had that 5'6" defensive back look. And when Steve McNair in the offense sees all those defensive backs like Fabian Washington, the rookie out of Washington, they're going to give, or out of Nebraska, they're going to run that ball right at it.
Tommy Kelly has taken the place of Sapp on the line, 2nd down and 1. Brown again, who gets his 89th and 90th yard of the day to the 48-yard line and brought down by Tim Johnson. He'll be close to a first down.
And what I'd really be concerned if I was the Oakland Raiders defensively is if they get in a formation where they're giving me multiple looks in receivers, they're spreading out my defense, and I've got all those defensive backs on the field. Pass-wise, I'm positive and I'm crazy about it. But when I've got a Warren Sapp and I've got a Ted Washington not on the field, I'm worried about it. Rob Ryan, the defensive coordinator, is kind of in a guessing game with Norm Chow. And right now on some of these drives, running the ball-wise, Norm Chow's outguessing him a little bit.
Raiders come in 2-4. Titans come in 2-5. Titans have lost 2 straight. They've lost 4 of 5. Raiders have won 2 of 3 after losing the first 3 games of the season. It is 3rd down and inches, 9th play of the drive. It began back at the 20-yard line for Tennessee. This is their 7th possession on offense. Back at the ball, touching the 48. That's officially where it will be. Samp is still out. And McNair is creaky and old body.
but he's also pretty doggone big.
He is big. He's like linebacker big, isn't he?
And when Steve McNair gets hurt and Steve McNair has to miss a game and you're the next opponent, you got to say, uh-oh, because you're aware of these stats. If we can find these stats, you know these paranoid coaches who love their numbers are very, very aware that Steve McNair is 6-1 in games coming back after he's missed one because of injury. Injury.
Still 4 in the secondary. Still Tim Johnson taking the place of Brayton on the Raider defense. It is a 1st down from the 47. Here comes Washington. There's the pass. It's caught by Roy Dell Williams, who is tackled by Schweigert at the 31-yard line. Roy Dell Williams was a record-breaking receiver at Tulane, but
number 75.
wipes it away.
Tennessee does not get penalties on incompletions and runs stuffed in the backfield.
Benji Olsen picked that one up.
They get penalties on key critical passes. They got that on Benji Olsen, number 75, lining up in the right guard position right here. He does get a little bit of that leg, and you get a leg and you start grabbing, that umpire is in the perfect position to see you. He's standing right behind you. But when they get penalties, man, Jeff Fisher, it's got to drive him crazy because it's always on a critical play. Best example today is the long punt return touchdown that was called back.
1st and 20, they need the Raider 36, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. The one running back is Chris Brown.
Audible.
Outside, caught by Ben Troop, who is grabbed by Ronaldo Hill. 49-yard line, gain of 5.
Man, I like the utilization of Ben Troop out sort of in space. He is sort of an odd tight end. He's a great big guy, but he's also kind of got that almost receiver kind of look to him. Speed-wise, it's a good matchup for the defense. Physically, it's not a very good matchup for the defense.
Troop is wobbling off the field. Scape, the rookie, has taken his place. 2nd and 15, 11th play of the drive. 7 minutes long to begin the second half. McNair, that's caught. Fabian Washington with the tackle on Courtney Roby. It's a gain of 8. They mark him at the Raider 43. So it's just been kind of a pick and poke offense, dinking and dunking. The biggest play, a pass to Kenny of 15 yards earlier in the drive.
And honestly, what's holding this offense back is more experience and more talent and experience at the wide receiver position. Norm Chow came here from Southern California, where he had all kinds of talent on the college level. And really what has slowed it down has been the ability of the receivers to make the big plays down the field.
Cooper and Walker, the 5th and 6th defensive backs, 3rd and 7 from the 43. McNair bobbles it, reels it back in, and throws. Caught. This is Roy Dell Williams, who's got the 1st down, tackled on the play by Hill at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 10 on 3rd and 7 in what appeared to be a busted play, and the veteran McNair never lost his cool.
And you see, when he takes the snap is when he kind of lost it. And remember, he missed the game yesterday with a tight back, and his back's tightening up a little bit now, it looks like, and bothering him. And I don't care if you're a Raider fan or a Titan fan or a Texan fan, if there's any of those left. You got to love Steve McNair. I mean, the way this guy plays and the guts with which he plays it is always amazing.
Tennessee on this drive, 4 of 4 in 3rd down conversions. And McNair, 1st and 10. Brown. Oh, he's grabbed by Sapp and just plummeting down at the 35. A loss of 2. Warren Sapp, the Lombardi Award winner at Miami, comes through and makes him pay.
And, you know, experience of the young Raider players that get to play with some of these old veterans.
Brayton is now playing defensive end. Johnson playing linebacker. 2nd and 12. And it's a fumble, and it's loose, and it's picked up by Bobby Hamilton, who takes it to the Tennessee 46. The second turnover by the Titans, the second fumble by McNair. And after that long drive orchestrated by Steve McNair, it comes to a conclusion like this.
That was the look that told them I have got to pass against it, and when they needed it, they didn't get the protection.
5:29. A touchdown pass today is also fumbled twice. This is the second, which puts the Raiders at the Titan 46 for their first second half possession. Collins has thrown a pick. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Handoff to Lamont Jordan, who corkscrews his way past the 45 before Antoine Odom, among others, make the tackle on a hard-earned gain of 2 to the 44.
There's Danny Clark. There's Brown right there. Brown goes that way. Clark sees he's going. That's a check blitz. For those of you that might wonder what that is, it's called a check blitz. Linebacker sees the back staying in. He blitzes. He's the one that ends up hitting McNair. Ball comes loose. Big play on a real standard, regular play by the defense.
Pac-Man Jones is in the game, playing the corner to begin this second half. Moss is out, second down and 8. Look at Lamont Jordan picking and poking and then driving his way right into the teeth of Tennessee's defense. He was tackled by Williams at the 24-yard line. That was a great ramrod run of 20 yards and a Raider first down.
What a nice job by Stone, the right guard, working against, look at the clearing in there. Isn't that pretty? Gallery gets on the linebacker. Stone just dogs the defensive tackle. You got Randy Sparks at defensive tackle. Starks getting pushed around there by Stone. That really set the whole thing up.
4-3 Tennessee defense, first and 10, 24-yard line, no Moss, but there is Jordan. And he stays on his feet before he is brought down by Randy Starks, a former third-round draft choice, gain of 4 to the 20.
Thought you were going Roberto Duran on me there with that no Moss.
Thursday on CBS, now that the tribes have merged, can former NFL quarterback Gary Hogeboom still keep his true identity a secret? See why Survivor is TV's #1 reality show Thursday on CBS.
Was Hogeboom a superhero or a backup quarterback for that true identity?
He's very secretive, 2nd and 6. The scrambling Kerry Collins, who has thrown for over 3,000 yards 5 straight years, throws it incomplete, safely away from the Titans.
It's not hard to figure out right here as we set up for a 3rd and 6 or so. The most valuable tool that they have on the offensive side of the ball is Lamont Jordan. We talked about him coming in and running the ball and catching the checkdowns for Norv Turner's offense. The guy that has really been the difference maker has been Lamont Jordan, and now would be a perfect time if they start dropping off on these receivers in this passing situation. Dump it off to the back.
Michael Waddell is the 5th defensive back. It's 3rd and 6. Moss is in. And the pass caught by Porter, belted out of bounds by the rookie Hill. He's got the first down. Whacked at the 11-yard line. It is a gain of 9 on 3rd and 6. Another Oakland first down.
Well, you know, Oakland gets a situation where they don't dump it off to Lamont Jordan, but he does a great job picking up the blitz. They decided to bring the blitz. Lamont Jordan stays in and gets Bullock coming on the blitz, and that sets up Jordan one-on-one. Or Porter, I'm sorry.
Porter and Moss are receivers to one side. There are 2 tight ends in tight atop your screen. 1st and 10 at the 11. Conventional 43 defense by Tennessee. Collins. Here comes Ryan Long. It's a fumble and recovered by Ron Stone at the 17 for the Raiders. That is the 2nd sack by the Tennessee defense today. And the Outland Trophy winner from Washington State, Ryan Long, charted free.
Exactly, working here on Stone. Coming around, watch him just come quickly around the left side. Defensive left, right around the right shoulder of Stone. Comes in, knocks it loose. Stone had such a good ticket of that whole experience, he was able to pick up the ball.
5th defensive back just put in, Michael Waddell out of North Carolina for Tennessee. 2nd and 15, they need the 1. Moss at the top of your screen. Jordan in the backfield. Collins under Adam True. Jordan brought down by Jared Klaus, who worked on Robert Gallery. And the interesting matchup there is Klaus, who's from Iowa, and Gallery is from Iowa. They were college roommates. And that time, Klaus, a 7th-round pick, made the stop. It was on the play a gain of a yard to about the 15.
And this is where I'd be the most concerned if I was Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. You get this Raider team in this situation. They've got the veterans, and they've got the matchup advantage outside.
Porter and Gabriel and Moss, the 3 receivers, 5 in the secondary, 3rd and 14. They need the 1-yard line.
Little audible hand signal by Kerry Collins.
And Collins, who has thrown 2 touchdown passes today, just misses on Gabriel, who is jousting with the rookie out of West Virginia, the first defensive player chosen in the draft, Pac-Man Jones.
You've got to like this kid's attitude, Adam Jones. He has done a nice job this year of being aggressive, staying in people's faces. Sure, he's drawn lots of penalties because he's been aggressive. Has it slowed him down? I'll give him the credit. You know, this is a guy that's got a short memory, and he's playing the defense the way he was taught to play defense.
Tennessee's defense holds the Raiders out. Here's a Janikowski field goal attempt from 32 yards. He is perfect, and the Raiders cash in on the fumble by McNair, a 32-yard field goal. 27-22 with 1:29 in the third. Janikowski of the Raiders just kicked a field goal of 32 yards. He's now hit 7 straight field goals, and he kicks this one out of the end zone.
Personal foul, and I think it's going to go against Tennessee.
Well, Tyler Brayton is really upset for the Raiders.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, receiving team, number 51, half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's Robert Reynolds.
Timeout.
Out of Ohio State, who is a starter for that national championship team, and he is getting the wrath of Jeff Fisher right now. Timeout. This is the second half possession for Tennessee. Moments ago, Janikowski's 32-yard field goal extended the Raiders' lead. Here's McNair, 1st and 10, airing it out and looking for Roby downfield, and he and Fabian Washington, the 2 rookies, going head-to-head and out of bounds. They both fly. You got Roby, who is a track star at Indiana, and this kid, Washington, one of the fastest kids ever at the Combine.
That's right. He set a lot of records, or broke a lot of records at the Combine, and no matter what happened, it all happened out of bounds.
And now he's a little bit shaken up.
And remember, Asamoah's got the little banged-up ribs to go with that, so a team that already had some issues defensive back-wise now has an extra little problem going on.
But Asamoah has been back in the second half, and Stanford Routt now takes the place of Washington. A rookie taking the place of a rookie. 2nd down and 10. And a run by Brown, hard-earned yards. Taking it to the 14-yard line and tackled by Tommy Kelly and a couple players down.
Raider down.
Bobby Hamilton is writhing in pain on the field. At about the 7-yard line. We have an injury timeout. 1:12 to play. We're in the third. Bobby Hamilton has just walked off the field. Jasper taking his place. 7 defensive backs. 3rd and 5. That is broken up by Fabian Washington, who was all over.
And a flag down.
The flag is down. He was guarding Courtney Roby.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 56. 2-hand extension, shoved to the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Burgess.
That's Burgess, and that's about as specific as you could get from Terry McCauley, our referee. 2-hand push to the ground.
Burgess, who has had multiple sacks for 3 consecutive games, came in there on Brown and then shoves down McNair.
Not much there, I'll be honest. I mean, I know we take care of the quarterbacks, but that seems like a little bit on the ticky-tack side. But it gives them back some of those yards they lost when they got that bad penalty on the kickoff return.
Back to 4 defensive backs for the Raiders. 1st and 10, 30-yard line. Jasper still taking the place of the injured Hamilton. This is Brown, who is hit by Burgess, then fallen upon by Sapp after a gain of 2 to the 32-yard line. Well, just in time for Halloween, homicidal mutant vampire bats. See why USA Today says, I am so there. Brace yourself for the world premiere of Vampire Bats tonight on CBS.
I am so there.
Locusts, Sharks, bats. Take
USA,
your pick.
USA Today said that?
Yep. 2nd down and 8. Here comes Burgess again. They dump it off to Brown, who get a little chip on Burgess, and now he's working his way, and so too is Ted Washington, who brings him down at the 41, gain of 9, and a Tennessee first down on their second half possession. And they're trailing Oakland by 5. Collins has thrown 2 touchdown passes. At the end of 3, it's the Raiders 27-22. Quarter, Oakland coming in 2-4, Tennessee at 2-5 with Super Bowl champion Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan. First play, 4th quarter. It is a first down from the 41. And this is Travis Henry in the game for the first time and tackled by Tim Johnson. It's a gain of 2. We've not seen Henry for 4 games.
Hey, you know, we talked to him the other day, and he was very, very, I guess, composed. You know, he'd been gone for 4 weeks, and credit to the NFL, I'll tell you what, they changed their policy. Used to be, when you went away for a suspension on the substance abuse policy, you were gone. You couldn't be around the facility. This guy was able to go to meetings, watch tapes, do everything he had to do, stay in touch with his teammates and his team. And, you know, coming into this game, you were expecting a lot more action for Henry, but Chris Brown has really carried the load for this team.
Gone through, a rookie tight end is in, 43-yard line for Tennessee, 2nd down and 8. Good time for McNair. Here comes Tommy Kelly. And let's see, Clark makes the tackle at the 45-yard line of Brown. Gain of 4 to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Kevin, in St. Louis, it's been a heck of a ball game, and the Rams have just regained the lead. Jamie Martin, the screen to Steven Jackson. He'll take it 19 tough yards to the end zone with the extra point. It's the Rams 24, the Jaguars 21.
Well, Jackson now has had a touchdown in 6 consecutive games. Thank you, Greg. 3rd down, long 4, 6 in the secondary for the Raiders from the 47. And that is caught by Roy Dell Williams, tackled by Coopers, got the first down to the Raider 47-yard line, gain of 6.
That was a nice play call, a nice play design. They have Gunther, the big tight end, number 85, coming in motion. He comes into the flat. He takes up so much room, it seems like. They drag a little of the defense away from him. That sets up Williams to be able to get that pass inside.
How about the Titans? They've converted their last 6 consecutive 3rd downs in this game. Drayton is now playing a defensive end. And Tim Johnson is playing in the middle as the middle linebacker. It is a 1st and 10 from the 47 of Oakland for Tennessee. McNair, who's thrown a touchdown pass. Looking for Skaith. What a catch. He beat linebacker Danny Clark at the 27-yard line. It is a grab and a beauty at that of 20 yards by the rookie out of the University of Texas, a 6th-round selection.
And a perfect matchup, too. He lines up in a like kind of a right wing. He gets that matchup one-on-one with the linebacker Clark. You couldn't ask for a better matchup. You've got a tight end who can run pretty good going against a linebacker. In most cases nowadays, you're siding with the tight end. McNair now 11 of 13 in the second half.
Now they've got Morrison in the middle linebacker and Johnson playing outside. It is a 1st down and 10 from the 28. Here's Brown in the flea flicker. It goes back to McNair, and here comes Grant Irons, and there goes a flag, and there goes Aaron Kenning. And Asamoah knocks him out of bounds for a 1st down, and there's a hold, and it's on Tennessee. Wiping out a 14-yard gain.
10-yard penalty, 1st down.
How many times can this offensive line be victimized by penalties, as you said earlier, that wipe out substantial gains?
It was against Brad Hopkins, their left tackle, and Jeff Fisher's going to pop a blood vessel pretty quick here. Because every time they get a penalty, a critical penalty, it's on a play that is very, very important to him. This is against Brad Hopkins, working right here, the left tackle. And watch, it's at the end. See, this is fine. Arms are in, hands are in. Now you got to let go. I know if you don't let go, he probably sacks McNair right there, but then that sack's on McNair. He's got to get rid of the ball.
1st and 20, 38-yard line. And McNair throws to Kenny, who has caught more passes than any other tight end this season in the NFL, picking up 13 yards there to the Raider 25, brought down by Morrison. Well, we began with a Jerry Porter touchdown reception. a Jordan touchdown reception. Here goes Brown. Cooper in the end zone recovers the ball for a touchdown after a Warren Sapp hit. Then only the second interception of the season is Collins throws it away, and the rookie Hill returns it 50-plus yards for the TD.
Janikowski with a field goal, and we're 27-22.
Second down and 7 from the 25. And Brown, who's playing with a bad shoulder, runs into the grasp of Tommy Kelly at the 19. It's a gain of 5.
Well, what he had last week, Chris Brown got hit on a pretty good impact, and it sort of compressed his right side of his neck and his shoulder. His hand went numb. He didn't get the feeling back in his hand until Monday. So I guess the popular term is to say a burner, a pinched nerve, whatever you want to call it. It's a minor injury unless it happens to you, and trust me, it's a major injury because it affects your hand strength. 5 in the secondary, including rookie Chris Carr. 3rd down and 2. Titans at the Raider 20. McNair caught by Gunther, the ex-USC college basketball player who's grabbed by Morrison. And on the play, it's a gain of 5. He's to the 15. It's another first down for Tennessee. And he's the 5th receiver that McNair's hit on 3rd down. Here's Gunther lining up right there at tight end. And credit the fact that he's here in Tennessee at all to Norm Chow being brought in also from USC this offseason, giving his team the heads up on him. He tried to give him the heads up on Matt Castle, the backup quarterback, but New England grabbed him first.
Tennessee 1st and 10, Raider 15-yard line. McNair and caught. Roydell Williams dropped it. He dropped the ball, and the coverage by Asamoah at the 5.
That was a great job by Nnamdi Asamoah. I mean, it was wide open. It was a good read by McNair. The ball's delivered on perfect timing. Williams grabs it, and watch Asamoah come in from the back and just strip him and spin him around. And it was a spin around that distracted Williams. Now, honestly, Williams has no business dropping this. It's right in his hands, but it's enough of a distraction by Asamoah to cause the incompletion.
5 in the secondary, including the 5th defensive back rookie Carr. 13th play of the drive. 2nd down, 10, 15-yard line. Brown brought down by Ed Jasper, a former starter for the Atlanta Falcons. No gain on the play with Bobby Hamilton injured in this game. Jasper's inside doing the work. So no gain, still at the 15.
Whether you call it the gold zone or the red zone, you get your offense down inside the plus 20. You've got to have the result that Tennessee has had so far in their solo trip, which is 7 points. Field goals are a win for the defense when you're in the red zone.
Raiders with 3 linemen. And they've got 7 defensive backs and a linebacker. 3rd and 10 from the 15. Great time for McNair. Here comes the rush by Burgess. He gets away from the ex-Eagle. And McNair running all over the field. He's got Route to beat, and Route, the rookie from Houston, gets him at the 6-yard line. He got 9 yards. He probably ran 29 yards to get all of that. And now
you kick here.
And get your points.
You kick. You get your field goal. You've got a little less than 8.5 minutes left. Jeff Fisher's making the right decision here. He's bringing Baronis on the field. He's going to kick this field goal, make the score 27-25. Don't forget, though, Kevin, we've seen them waste 3 points. A missed extra point, a dropped 2-point conversion. Otherwise, this is a kick for the lead.
Baronis has already kicked a 39-yard field goal today. He has made 6 consecutive dating this season. This is a 24-yard try. Dorenbos will have the snap. Hendrick the hold. 3 more on the board for the Titans. And a drive that began at their 10. Now it's a 2-point game with 7:48 to play in Nashville. That is a live shot of Steve McNair, the former NFL MVP, working on the lower part of his back.
Remember the lower back last week? He had to stay home. Couldn't go to that game in Tennessee last week. And Route does a nice job of upending him. And if you've ever had lower back pain, you can't even imagine getting hit like that and landing on your back. And Billy Volek loosening up on the sideline.
So after his field goal at 24 yards, here is the kickoff, and it's picked up by Doug Gabriel inside the 15-yard line. Halsey trying to give him a block, as does Tim Johnson, and Gabriel Scampers out of bounds at the 31, 21-yard return. Now what does Kerry Collins have up his sleeve? Leading by 2. Second time in the second half. Long drives of 15 plays and 14 plays, which we'll show you in just a second. They've eaten up all the time, and here's Collins to Lamont Jordan, who is grabbed by Antoine Odom and brought down at the 32 after a gain of 1.
Well, it was just their 9th play of the second half, but the story of this game for me are the points that Tennessee doesn't have. First of all, what they don't have is they don't have an extra point. So there's 1 point, and the second is a drop right there on a 2-point conversion, and the touchdown return by Adam Pac-Man Jones that was called back because of penalty. There's 10 points, and they're trailing by 2.
Moss is not in. Gabriel and Porter are the receivers. Second down 9. Here's Collins and a nicely orchestrated screen pass to Jordan, who takes it to the 46. Is brought down by Lamont Thompson. One Lamont tackling another Lamont. Gain of 14 on the play. First down, 46-yard line.
Steve McNair just trying to get loose on the sideline, but for the Oakland Raiders, their 10th play of the second half. They've had the ball for about 5 minutes, where Tennessee's had it for 18 minutes and 12 seconds of the second half. But importantly, you talk about the points that Tennessee doesn't have. They've only scored 3 points off those 28 plays in 18 minutes of possession.
That's a good point. Michael Waddell is the 5th defensive back. First and 10, 46-yard line. Sims with a good block and providing time for Collins, who dumps it off to the ex-Jet Lamont Jordan, brought down by Keith Bullock. Leads the team in tackles this year, led him the last 3. He's close to a first down as Jordan. They give him the first down at the 43-yard line.
I spoke earlier of that veteran calm of the Oakland Raiders and at the end of the first half, serving them so well. Well, that veteran calm is also serving them well again. Hopefully it serves them better, because Norv Turner's quarterback, Kerry Collins, threw an interception for a touchdown last time they had veteran calm.
Collins has not thrown a fourth-quarter interception this year. They marked the ball.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and jinx him.
He led the NFL last year with 10 fourth-quarter interceptions. 44, first and 10, Lamont Jordan. And wiggles his way into the grasp of Travis LeBoy. Gain of 5, 39-yard line of Tennessee. Timeouts, 3 apiece. Coming up in the Subway postgame show, join Greg Gumbel and company with special guest Dwight Freeney for all the latest NFL scores and highlights.
You see that whipping the Giants were putting on the Redskins, and between that game and this game, and they might have to extend the postgame show.
A lot of emotion with the death of Wellington Mara, the Giant, longtime Giant owner. Second down and 5.
Tiki Barber had 141 yards rushing at the half.
Third receiver is Albus Whitted. No Randy Moss. Porter's out there with Gabriel. Second down and 5 from the 39. 4-3 Tennessee defense.
Ran out of time. Penalty.
Delayed game, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
He had just what he wanted. Norv Turner and Kerry Collins had single safety deep, and they had man coverage with everybody else. You just got one guy deep. It's got to tell you, you've got the defensive backs. So here's your solo safety right there. Look at this matchup along the outside. You've got man coverage everywhere else.
5 in the Tennessee secondary. 3 receivers, including Whitted. Second down and 10. No Moss at the 44. Collins, he's being chased and he flings it away. Ryan Long was chasing Collins. It's an incomplete pass.
Outside the tackle box. The crowd would like it to be an intentional grounding. The question is, did it get to the line of scrimmage? Norv Turner is the last guy in the world that's going to tell him it didn't. I don't think it got to the line of scrimmage. Unless it gets to the line of scrimmage, it's grounded. Remember, the line of scrimmage was about the 45-yard line.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was out of the pocket. Out of the pocket.
So,
including Michael Waddell. 3 receivers. Third and 10. They need the 34. Anderson, the tight end, back there with Jordan. Beautiful pass caught by Porter. He's got the first down and more. And there he goes. And the Raiders have scored again. And Porter, for the second time today, has taken it to the end zone.
We talked earlier about the lack of aggressive, proper tackling by the Raiders. And in that case, the rookie Adam Pac-Man Jones gives kind of a halfway effort about knocking Porter out of bounds, and Porter takes advantage. That should have been nothing more than a first down. The tackle attempt, he doesn't push him out. He just doesn't do it. Go low, cut his legs out. Make it a real tackle. Don't make it a I got you, you're it.
Jerry Porter with the Janikowski extra point here had not caught a touchdown pass until today, and not one, but he's caught 2. And Porter 6 catches, 123 yards, and 3 catches on third down.
Here comes Adam Jones again.
Oh,
that's
horrible.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
And his defensive back coach, Chuck Cecil, one of the most aggressive players I was ever around, won't like that.
Here's the kickoff after the touchdown pass to Porter, his second touchdown reception of the day. And rookie Courtney Roby is brought down about the 20-yard line. Fargus is there. Omar Easy is there. 21-yard return. There he is. He had a career year a season ago. And then the rookie, yeah.
That's elementary, Kevin. I mean, Pop Warner kids know how to tackle better than that.
See that kid?
Kerry Collins has thrown 3 touchdown passes today, 2 to Jerry Porter. And the kickoff with Tennessee now beginning 1st and 10 from the 25. McNair is back in, bad back and all. Going deep, and he's got Roydell Williams, and it's incomplete. Asamoah was covered. Well, tonight on 60 Minutes, Britain's Prince Charles in a rare interview. He's coming to America in a couple days, but first he's on 60 Minutes. That's tonight here on CBS with Pro Bowler, a 3-time Pro Bowler, Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan. We're in Nashville.
Remember, too, Kevin, those missing points. We talked about them earlier, but just the extra point and the missed 2-pointer. I mean, there's 3 points. That means you only have 1 score, 1 touchdown away. Now they need 2 scores.
2nd and 10. That is Kenny, who is drilled by Danny Clark at about the 25-yard line, and it is a gain of 4 on the play, and no huddle for the veteran McNair and his young offense. 2 rookies are out there at the wide receiver. He's got a rookie, in fact 2 rookies at tight end. 3rd down. Here's McNair, and he's being chased by Tommy Kelly, and the pass is caught by Roby, but was he inbounds?
Yes.
Yes, he was. At the 43-yard line, working on the safety, Stuart Schweigert. That is a gain of 32 yards and a first down.
Possession 1-2. See him dot that. You just saw that dirt kick up. Watch the catch. He's got it. Watch the right foot. 1 dirt kick right there. Inside the white line. Excellent job by Roby. And Roby has been the young receiver. He and Randall Williams, or Roydell Williams, have been the guys that have stepped up in the absence of Bennett.
Cooper is the 5th defensive back for the Raiders. 44-yard line, 1st and 10. McNair, incomplete. Fabian Washington with a big hit on Roby, the rookie against rookie, incomplete. And there's Washington out of Nebraska, 1st-round draft choice. Well, Kansas City is in San Diego. Oakland playing right now. And Denver has a big one on CBS after this one.
And the Raiders have optimized their time of possession. They've only had the ball for a little over 7 minutes, 7-11 for Norv Turner's offense, but they've scored 10 points off it. You know, McNair and his offense has been on the field the whole half. And they've only got 3 points to show for it.
2nd down, 10, 44-yard line. They empty the backfield with Brown in motion. That was tipped at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was Washington or Jasper. I think it was the 4-time Pro Bowler, Ted Washington.
And they got away with a little motion, too. It looked like Hopkins, the left tackle, moved early.
I agree with you. Five defensive backs, 3rd down and 10. Brayton is playing defensive end, and Tim Johnson is playing linebacker.
2-down territory.
McNair, here comes Sapp in the 2nd sack today, and a flag is thrown. Sapp picks up his 2nd sack. And it appears to be against Tennessee.
Offense, number 75. Penalties decline, 4th down.
Sapp has had 3 sacks in the last 2 games and 5 for the season. And Tennessee's got a punt.
Watch Drayton go in and Sapp come around him. Drayton in, Sapp around. stripped from the back. Another sack. The biggest day Warren Sapp has had sacking the quarterback since he was wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneer uniform.
Where he played, Sapp did, for 9 seasons. It's a loss of 10 back to the 46. It's 4th down and forever, and they got a punt. Here's Hendrick. The back is Carr, who lets it bounce inside the 5, and it ricochets into the end zone on a 54-yard boot. So Oakland gets it back. McNair resting his back, and 3.5 to play in the game with the Raiders on top by 9. Look for the MetLife blimp. Snoopy won it. All sites that CBS covers in the NFL. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Lamont Jordan. And he is brought down on the play by Keith Bullock out of Syracuse. The gain is about 4 yards to the 25, and a timeout taken by Tennessee as they burn their first of the second half. Well, just in time for Halloween, CBS unleashes the world premiere movie Vampire Bats. See why, Randy. USA Today says it bites with a gruesome flair. That's tonight on CBS, America's most watched network.
Deranged mutant vampire bats. Thank you very much.
I forgot about that. The 2-4 Raiders against the 2-5 Tennessee Titans. 2nd down and 5. Kerry Collins has thrown 3 touchdowns today. From the 25-yard line, the ex-Jet Lamont Jordan dancing his way before a Lamont Thompson tackle after a gain of 3 to the 28. It was a 17-0 Oakland Raider lead. It got as close as 27-25. Raiders have jumped out on top after that, beginning with Jerry Porter's 26-yard touchdown catch and a reception by Jordan, and then Brown of Tennessee, and then Cooper jumped on a loose ball and a fumble by Steve McNair. Then the rookie Ronaldo Hill out of Florida picked off Collins, and then second touchdown catch of the day for Jerry Porter, who has been spectacular with 123 receiving yards.
And it's been a real welcome back to the NFL game for Warren Sapp, you see right there too. He's had 3 sacks, he's been all over, he's caused fumbles. He really has taken advantage of every single opportunity that's been offered him.
3rd down, long one, no mas, and
Flag.
there is a flag.
False start, offense, number 84, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Randy Moss today has caught 3 Collins passes for 26 yards, but truly has not been effective. They've gone with Porter, who has been a factor, Doug Gabriel, and Alvis Woodard as their 3 receivers.
And the other big player in the Raiders' arsenal has been Lamont Jordan, running the ball and catching the little short screens and the check down passes.
Jordan 64 yards after gaining 122 against that good Buffalo defense last week in Oakland. So the Raiders, who have won 2 of the last 3 coming into today, taking on a Tennessee team that has lost 4 of their last 5, including the last 2.
That was I guess a inadvertent, maybe a knee-jerk reaction or a hand-jerk reaction. Just sort of thing flew out of his pocket. Norv Turner looked like he was challenging that play.
3rd down and a long 6. Fogy is in the backfield with Jordan. And Lamont Jordan, the all-time leading rusher at the University of Maryland, tries to grind his way and does into Jared Klaus. Gain of 2, 26-yard line. Timeout taken. And Tennessee now is out of timeouts on this 4th and 4 coming up. And speaking of coming up, the Subway postgame show from New York. We'll have Greg Gumbel and company with special guest Dwight Freeney of the Colts. NFL scores and highlights coming your way next on the Subway postgame show from our studios in New York.
And when I talked to the pregame guys before the game started, during the pregame, I mentioned the fact that young defensive backs on both sides, and really the big factor has been the experienced Oakland Raider receivers going against the inexperienced Tennessee Titan defensive backs. That's where many of our big plays have come today, especially with the stuff that Jerry Porter's been able to do.
Shane Leckler will punt as you take a look at Porter, the 6th year veteran out of West Virginia. Leckler punted earlier in the game to the rookie out of West Virginia, Pac-Man Jones, who returned it 82 yards for a touchdown, but there was a penalty on Tennessee, and they called it back. And here's Leckler again, a poor punt here. Perhaps by design. Jones will let it go and roll, and Schweiger finally downs it at the 28-yard line, a 47-yard Shane Leckler punt. Some words of encouragement from Sapp to Pac-Man Jones.
So you want to be a #1 draft pick, huh? Well, Adam Pac-Man Jones has had one of those days. He misses Jerry Porter. He gets the punt return for the touchdown, gets called back. He gets the lackadaisical attitude kind of tackle on Porter, enables that last touchdown for the Raiders.
Raiders are going to go with 6 defensive backs, including Cooper. And they also bring in Hill. 1st and 10. Steve McNair with the bad back that kept him out of the game last week. Throws to the rookie. And that is a drop, or they call it a catch. He was down at the 34-yard line, grabbed by Courtney Roby out of Indiana, gain of 7. It was a reception, even though that ball was moving.
No timeouts for the Titans. Just keep moving the ball. There's just a little bit over, almost 2.5 minutes left in this game.
2nd down and 3. Jasper continues to take the place of the injured Bobby Hamilton, and down goes McNair. And speaking of Jasper, he just made the sack. Ed Jasper, longtime starter for Atlanta, original pick by Philadelphia, comes up with his first sack of the season.
And the 6th sack of the Oakland Raiders. We talked about the difference being on at the halftime. What could Tennessee do? It could give McNair better protection. They were not able to do it.
3rd and 10, and back at the 28-yard line for 32-year-old Steve McNair. That's incomplete. And now it is 4th down.
That was close to being a tuck.
Yeah, it looked like it.
McNair looked like he was trying to pull that thing back in. You don't have much of a choice here. 4th and 10 at this situation.
Raiders scored the first 3 times they had it, going up 17-zip. Tennessee scored then the next 2 possessions they had the ball. And then we've gone back and forth throughout the game as you take a look at Norv Turner in his 2nd season as the Raiders coach.
Trailing by 9, though, Kevin missed an extra point, missed a 2-point conversion, had a touchdown called back. You should be up by 1 in this situation.
It's 4th and 10. He's going to unload, and he's looking for Roby, the former track star at Indiana, incomplete. And Fabian Washington was right with them the entire way. So on downs, Oakland gets it, and the Raiders will have won their 3rd game in the last 4 after beginning the season 0-3, which sets up a terrific AFC West game next week at Arrowhead in Kansas City with the Chiefs.
Well, Jeff Fisher mentioned that he thought this Raider team of Norv Turner's was getting ready to go for a run. And he was just hoping that run didn't start but this coming Monday and not today. But the Raider offense showed up. The Raider defense, when it really needed to, was able to get after Titan quarterback Steve McNair, sack him 6 times, cause turnovers, and cause a touchdown.
1st and 10 on the change of downs from the 28. Zach Crockett in the backfield with Lamont Jordan, who gets the call, and brought down by Jared Klaus. Tennessee can't stop the clock. It's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Jeff Fisher and his Titans will lose their 3rd consecutive game and their 5th in the last 6 as McNair is surrounded by a very young cast, trailing 34-25 in the 4th.
Because you're mine.
Here on Halloween Eve with Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan, waning moments here in Nashville. Randy Moss was not needed today. He's got ribs, groin, and pelvic issues that he needs to get straightened out before next week in Kansas City.
Well, Jerry Porter had 123 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, so that made up for Randy Moss.
Little 2nd and 8 handoff to Lamont Jordan, and Jared Klaus out of Iowa makes the stop. And we began the game with these notes, and let's see how they have turned out.
Well, let's say run Jerry, because Jerry Porter's been a heck of an influence. You know, they have not contained Jordan. Jordan with 139 yards, 68 yards rushing, 69 yards receiving. Done a heck of a job. And the Titans have turned over the ball and gotten sacks, and it's been an effort by the offense where they haven't been able to really score when they've had their opportunities, because they've had plenty of opportunities this half.
Corey Halsey is a tackle eligible on this 3rd and 8. Jordan hit once, running into Badger, and then brought down about the 29-yard line, and a loss of 3 yards on the play. Klaus among many there for Tennessee. 4th and 11. Tennessee cannot stop the clock.
And if the Raiders go on that run Jeff Fisher was talking about, they're going to do it against some pretty good teams. Kansas City, Denver, and Washington all currently with winning records. Miami and San Diego would hardly be a team I'd consider a down team at the moment. They've had some tough losses, and the Jets. So the Raiders have their work cut out, but they get in the division. Anything could happen. Must say a nice job today by Nnamdi Asamoah.
Fourth down and 11.
Delay a game there, so we'll have a penalty.
Take a look at Warren Sapp with a couple of sacks today. Next Sunday's doubleheader opens when LaDainian Tomlinson and the Chargers will take on the Jets. A lot of you will see the Raiders and the Chiefs. In the nightcap, Ben Roethlisberger leads the Steelers against Brett Favre and the Packers up at Lambeau in Green Bay. Action begins with the NFL today at noon Eastern. 4th and 16 from the 34. Lamont Jordan is brought down by Brad Castle. So the clock is at 25 seconds. And the Raiders, with that 34-25 lead, will have a nice trip back to the West Coast tonight, and then get ready to head to the Midwest with a divisional game next weekend as their season begins to take a different feel. They have sculpted the second month of the year much differently than they sculpted the first month, the month of September.
And due to 3 critical guys. Lamont Jordan running and receiving. Jerry Porter stepping up with an injured Randy Moss having huge impact. And Warren Sapp doing an excellent job along with that entire front 7 of containing the Titans.
That's it. They let it go out. And the Oakland Raiders have won their 3rd game in the last 4, led by many parts, including Sapp, who gives a big hug to Steve McNair. And now for Randy Cross, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Nashville, and the final score is right there with the Raiders winning their